So 3 already.
Unmute. Hello.
Hi, it's a little early, but I like to get here so that I don't, because I invariably do something wrong. So I try to get early to fix it. So welcome. And we'll be starting right, they tell me I have to start right at 7 so that I allow people to get here in time. But I just like to get a little bit early to rough out the edges, smooth out the rough edges rather. So welcome to everyone. And this. This and I just don't know how to do. That. Hi, Robert. Yeah, just so everybody knows, I allow everybody to talk just because this is going to be a heavy participation class and I want everybody to participate. You just gotta be polite. You know, that's all.
Hey, Miss Corn, I just have my mic off because it's hot out here in California, so we gotta have all our fans on.
Oh my gosh. Well, maybe I should send you some of the weather we have here in Michigan. I Yesterday I had a whole bunch of places to go. I woke up, it was 19 degrees, and I just texted everybody, I'm staying home. I'm not leaving. I'm done. I'm done. Now we've got a heat wave. It's like 35. So it's like, oh my gosh, t-shirt weather.
I'm right here with you. I'm from Ohio. I'm down here right below you. So I understand.
Yep. Yep. It's like
There we are.
sometimes it's hard to explain to people when you get this cold. It's very hard to explain. And it's not, the funny thing is, I checked and we were actually colder than Sitka, Alaska yesterday.
Oh wow. My sister's in
Yeah,
Alaska.
it's like, oh my gosh, we're colder than Alaska. That happens a lot here in Michigan. We are colder than Alaska. It's Now we're talking about southern, southeastern, southwestern Alaska, but Sitka, Juneau, and all that. But geez, geez, no, it's like, oh my goodness.
I don't remember it being that cold when I lived up there.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly. I mean, it has been. This is when you start feeling sorry for the birds and the squirrels, and you kind of want to invite them in. Come on, warm up, warm your feeties. So,
Testing.
yeah, it really gets, yeah, it's,
I'm from Lapeer.
oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I don't know. It's been a while. I don't know. I just have to say, I'm ready for spring. I'm just ready for spring.
I'd
Well,
say.
we have nice weather in Texas right now. I'm in Dallas. It's in the
Oh,
70s right now.
nice, nice.
Yeah, I live in Dallas too, and this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, is going to be like 94 both days.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my,
I do construction, so I'm excited for this weather.
oh, that's great. Oh, good for you.
Yeah, we
Good for
are in
you.
80s out here, so.
Hmm.
Uh, well, I have to get, I've been to Texas, but a long time ago. I remember Amarillo. There was a restaurant called the Big Texan. I don't know if it's still around, but I met I think it was the owner's son who happened to be like 7 feet tall or something.
Oh wow.
Nice guy, just really nice. But
Jordan.
uh, I know I tell people that, I need to go to, I've been to a rodeo here in Michigan. And people didn't know that you could have a rodeo in Michigan. They thought you had to go to Texas. I said, no, no, we've got them. You just have to look for them. They're not all the time because of the weather. It gets cold and, things get tightened up. But um, so I remember going to this one and it was in, Lansing in the University of Michigan State University. And I told the guy, I think they were auctioning off an Appaloosa, and I thought, oh gosh, that would be so neat. I did try, but I didn't get it. But I said, this is my first rodeo. So they were laughing. This is my first rodeo. It'd be kind of fun. But I was impressed with the uh, the way the kids. I mean, a lot of my friends and family would be in shock to watch the kids, sit on sheep and little calves, and they're not in helmets and bubble wrap. It's like these guys are doing something. The high school very impressed, very impressed. They're doing something. Uh,
Hmm.
that's why, like, people like the gentleman that just talked about being in construction. You're a guy, guys can do stuff. It really
Oh
does
yeah.
give you confidence if you can do things, physical things. It does build your confidence in a lot of different areas. So, okay, I think we're close. Am I right on the button here? Is it 6:59? Yeah, they want to make sure that all the people get a chance to get in. And I will tell you just a little bit, Justin doesn't let me have like 40 people because he knows I do a lot of interactive. So with, 40, just to let you know, if you sign up and it gets closed down, which I did not know, but he kind of limits it because he knows that I do a lot of interactive here. So if you want to join in, if you want to be here, sign up early, I guess. And I'm trying to get everybody signed in here, and it looks like look at it. So I just found that out. I didn't know, but it makes sense. Having 40 or 50 people sign up would be kind of hard to deal with when I'm trying to. Okay, we're here. We're starting. Great. Um, we've got a nice class. I do like to have everybody have the option of speaking, but just please be polite. There's sometimes a little, not a comment, but a little confusion when everybody wants to talk. So we'll just try to be polite. But anyway, welcome. I'm Corinne Barringer. If you haven't been here before, I have Barringer Consultants is my company here, and I've been doing this for a long time, like 25 years. So that means I started when I was 7. Uh, you know, uh, but I've been doing this. I have a medical background. I practice as a speech therapist in hospitals and medical facilities, things like that. So that's why I'm always very concerned about taking care of your voice. And I do make an effort to educate people in that area. I'm trying to make sure everybody gets in here, gets a chance to talk. Okay, so close. So this is me. And okay, so this is what I do. I do a visual and vocal image. If you don't know what a vocal image is, what your voice sounds like and what your speech sounds like, and how that presents yourself to the world. So, this course is Foundations of Speaking Skills, specifically for actors. So, if you thought you were getting something else, this is what you got. Well, this will take us a little bit of time here, but okay. Now, this is one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite authors here, Edith Skinner, with the Speak with Distinction book. This is again, primarily I'm looking at actors. Distinct utterance is the prime requisite of an actor. In fact, the audience should be able to take for granted that they can hear and understand everything the actor says without straining to do so. And that's really important. We really want to be able to, people are paying to see you. You want to be able to speak clearly so that they can understand you. And I'll tell you a little bit of a thing about that is when you speak a little louder, which we'll go into some breathing exercises at some point, it's really hard to mumble when you're shouting. Just a little heads up there, a little FYI. So you should try it sometime, unless you have a physical anomaly, physical or problem. It's going to be very hard, if not impossible, to mumble when you shout. So when you speak a little bit louder, the way we're wired is that our mouth moves better, we're slowing it down. There's a lot of reasons why people can understand. But here's a few questions just for the actors here. Think about how speaking clearly would help you as an actor. And not just on stage, but just even in your audition or speaking to a potential person who's going to hire you for something. Would improving your speech help in your day job? Something so that this is what I'm trying to do is help you speak clearer and better for all areas of your life. So just to kind of, write it down for yourself, think about it for yourself. But seriously, how do you think this could help? Do you think it could help you get a better job, an improved position? More pay, better hours, just think about it. Speaking clearly, because there's so many people who mumble and, well, yeah, anybody have a question, just please, jump right in. I will try to answer as we go, like I said. So, all right, just think about that yourself. Okay, hold on, that's there. We close this little, and okay, so this is what we're going to be looking at for this session. It's an hour, so this is a quick overview. We're going to look at articulation and the definition of it, the anatomy of your vocal tract. That is what you work with. What is an articulator and a schematic, kind of a side view of your head. Introduction to something called the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. And we're going to talk a little bit consonant, cognates, and voicing. This actually, I'm going to make some mention about how that will help you when you're trying to get an accent. That'll also help. Then we're going to have some articulation drills and okay, some professional speech practices and probably a little speech word of the day, how to pronounce certain things better. Some things have been bothering me that I've heard lately. Okay. So what is articulation? It's the way in which you pronounce words or produce sounds. So it's kind of encompassing both. Because there's words and then there's vocalizations, which is if you say something like uh-huh, those are vocalizations, not exactly a word. Okay. Just to kind of give you a little bit. Linguists get into all kinds of arguments about this, so we're not going to bother. Okay, now the basic anatomy of the vocal tract. And like I said, if you have any questions about this, please ask. This is it. You've got the air goes in through your nose, or sometimes through your mouth, and this big whole sinus cavity and all these other little sinus cavities. This helps direct the air down into actually it goes this way. That's your esophagus. We'll something talk about this. But when some people have a really good resonant voice and you wonder how do they get that? In part, it has to do with the shape and the size of these cavities and the thickness of the bones because it reverberates inside your head, reverberates inside the bones. So some things you cannot control, but other things you definitely can. Okay, so I've got the nasal cavity, the nasopharynx, which means it kind of goes down here into the pharyngeal area. This big thing is your tongue. The tongue is an interesting feature, an interesting muscle. It's the only one that can move without having anher inset, like it's attached here, okay? It's attached here to the hyoid bone and to your jaw, but it moves without any other attachment to any other bone. So if you think about the muscle in your biceps and your arm, it's attached to your humerus and then it's attached to your ulna. So when you flex it, it moves the bones in your lower arm. This doesn't. This is like an octopus. It can move around all different ways. Some people can, like I can, curl it, make like a little taco. Some people cannot. It just depends. But that muscle is really amazing. So please don't pierce it. There's a lot of veins and arteries in there. You don't want to, some people pierce their tongues. I don't recommend it medically. I don't. I had a nurse one time who was asking me about why she mumbled, why she wasn't speaking clearly on the phone. People didn't understand her. She had tongue piercing, and that will also wear the enamel off your teeth, aside from the clicking and things like that. So just, my personal opinion. Okay, so you have the air coming in here, and now the lips are here, the teeth are here, the incisors upper and lower, and your jaw. And now this I want you to pay attention to when you eat something and the food goes through here, through the inside of your mouth, it's called a bolus, the lump of food. This little thing here is the epiglottis. When you swallow, the epiglottis closes conveniently over the airway to protect the airway from any food going down and to propel the food down the esophagus. The esophagus is this flabby muscle. It's like a vein without anything in it, without the blood in it. It's a muscle, but it's like, you know. So I hate to tell you, but your mother was right. You don't want to eat, chew, swallow, laugh, all of that while you're eating and breathing and all, we've lost that capability. And maybe you've had the experience of I've had where you're laughing, breathing, and swallowing at the same time, and the Coca-Cola comes out of your nose. Not terribly attractive. And it's usually done only in front of people you want to impress. So, it's one of those things. It just happens. Uh, so when this closes, then it protects the airway, the trachea down here, and then the food goes down this way, but the air goes this way. And we're not going to get into, and that's a little bone, is the hyoid bone, the thyroid cartilage, cricoid thyroid cartilage, and the thyroid gland, all this kind of stuff. You don't. But what you want to pay attention to is this little thing here is the vocal cords. Um, or vocal folds. They either call them cords or folds, whichever you want. So gets protected, and these are the vocal cords. Because what is called, this is the epiglottis, and that means above the glottis. The glottis is actually a name for the space between your vocal cords. Okay, so they're little tiny half-inch muscles, and it's the space between those that is called the glottis. We'll be talking more about that in some other courses here, but if there's any question, okay, the hard palate is something to pay attention to. The hard palate is kind of a bony cartilagey thing here, and then the soft palate or the velum, depending on how distinctive you want to be, but that is also something to consider. You have some control over this, but it takes some time. The reason is if you are too, like here in Michigan, the research has indicated we are about 40% more nasal than we have to be. And that's something to consider, because if you're too nasal and most of your sound is coming out through your nose, you're losing a lot of projection. And you want to be able to breathe the diaphragmatic breathing and breathe so that you can project without damaging your vocal cords. But if you're too nasal, it also affects how you sound. Okay, so we're going to talk the ones you have control over, the movable, you've got control, is the velum, soft palate. That takes some time to really work on directing your voice so that it doesn't go through your nose. The jaw, that moves all over the place. Your tongue, obviously, it can wiggle a lot. The lips and the pharyngeal walls. In fact, the pharyngeal walls, this is the pharynx, around right here, oropharynx, and all through here. Okay, so you do have some control over that. Here's a schematic of it, and this is possibly a little bit easier to understand, or to visualize. So the tongue, especially when we articulate, we are going to be talking about the tongue going between the teeth or on this little bumpy ridge called the alveolar ridge. So there's the tip, the front, the middle, and the back. And they're all used to make certain sounds. So, and I think, did everybody get their handout?
No.
Didn't get a handout?
No.
Oh, fur balls.
I
Just
did. I got emailed one.
Yeah, it should have been email. If you didn't for some reason get it, you can either call Justin, contact him to have it resent, because I do have a handout that you can follow along. And if not, you can contact me and I'll give you that information a little bit later. Now, yeah, somebody had to say something?
Hmm.
Okay, the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet, universal way that we use to write sounds. We're going to focus on English only. Okay, we're going to do that. There are other sounds. As you can see, this is quite complicated. There are other sounds. There are clicks and whistles and glottal stops and all kinds of things. And we will talk about some use of the glottal stops. But there are a lot of languages that use different sounds, not just the standard American, which is what we're going to talk about now, the English sounds. But we're going to focus on this is just it's online. You can download it online and take a better look at it. And actually, there is one site that will produce the sounds. It has an audio that goes along with each of the sounds, which is kind of fun. Now here, this is what we're going to start with this. You don't have to memorize it, but it doesn't hurt to know a little bit because if you have to write a script that has to be in a dialect or you want to make sure that you're sounding correct, this is helpful to know. So the manner means it's either a stop, which means the airflow stops, usually at your lips. Fricative, it makes a sh sound, and affricate is the real j sound. Fricative is sh, it means the air flowing through the teeth or the lips, whatever, it makes a little shushing sound, like sweeping, like a broom. Okay, voicing is either voiced or voiceless, and there's a lot of this. Now, we're going to talk about this because it will help in certain areas, I hope. Bilabial, rapidly, assessing. This is two lips. So both of your lips need to stop the airflow to make a P or a B. Now, if you think about it, you don't make it's voiceless because you don't say the sound P until you get to the vowel. All vowels are voiced, by the way, all vowels, but consonants, no. So puppy, we don't actually say P. We close the airflow with our lips, but we have to wait to get to the vowel to actually make the sound. Puppy, paper, okay? But with B, it's voiced. Baby. But you can already feel, if you put your fingers on your larynx, you can feel on your voice box, your larynx, you can feel the vibration in your throat. Baby. It's already starting to vibrate. You're already making a sound before you get to the vowel. Baby, butter, bubble. Okay, so you can try that, feel that out. Now going across, the T and the D. Now these are cognates. These are closely related, surprisingly. T, again, is voiceless. Tommy, tip, tune. We're not getting to the sound of the T until we get to the vowel. Now the D, daddy, dog. You're already saying the D, you're already making a vibration in your throat before you get to the vowel. So that's the difference between those two. Same thing with now I'll tell you a little bit trick with the T. You might just want to pay attention to this. It's hard to fix. I'll put fix in quotes there. If you think about it, we say top, tip, tap, okay? But when we want to use a blend like TR for tree, we all of us say tree, tray. Well, it's not a CH, it's a tree, tray, to be really correct, just to, drive you crazy here. Okay, velar, this is back in your back of the tongue. So it's K and G. But the K, remember, is a sound. So it's cake. The C is a K here. A K sound, okay? You gotta remember that. Cake. Feel where your tongue is when you say cake.
Cake.
And of course, it is not voiced. You don't get to that until you get to the vowel. The G, go. You're already, pardon?
I just like that. It's pretty cool. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. It's something to pay attention to. You start realizing what you can do. Like the T and the D, it's alveolar. What that means is it's on that little bumpy ridge behind your teeth, and you probably never thought about it. But if you think about it and go, top, where's the tip of your tongue? It's right. It should be right behind your teeth, your upper teeth. Top,
Oh.
topper, tip,
Yeah, exactly.
take. It's right there. Same thing with D.
Cake.
Same thing with D. Daddy, dog,
D-
diaper, it's right there. Okay? And the G is you're already going gate, g, and you can feel the back of your
Yeah.
tongue lifting up against your soft palate, or against your velum, actually, it's a little past the soft palate. Gate. The velum is actually technically a little bit past the soft palate, but everybody calls them the same thing. So anyway, gate, go, gather. You can feel that tongue raising up. Okay, the glottal that's way in the back. We'll go into that. I think I better hold on that. Wait a second. Let's just go to this because we'll get into the glottal. The glottal is way in the back. People use it sometimes when they shouldn't, uh, or like situation, they get way in the back. They close off the airflow from the glottis. But anyway, let's go on to the fricatives because I've got a lot to cover. The F and the V. Again, one is voiceless, one is voiced. Fox. Now this time the teeth come on top of your tongue. So it's labiodental. So labial is tongue, dental is teeth. So it's the tongue, I'm sorry, lip and teeth. V, for V. F. And see, they're made the same way, but one is voiced and one is unvoiced. Fox, fumble, and then very for V. But you can feel it. You already can feel that, you can practice it. V, and f. One is voiced, one is not voiced. Now the interdental, and I'm just going to slap everybody upside the head here. One is unvoiced, one is voiced. These are TH. This is the only time the tongue comes between the teeth. When you say think, that's voiceless. Think. You don't get to the sound until you get to the vowel. Those. Now, the reason I'm mentioning it is because a lot of times people do this L and they stick it out between their teeth. I'm just going to suggest to you and advise you, and please think about it. You're adults, you get to do what you want to do. But when people say, I like it, I love it, and the tongue comes between the teeth and sticks out, you look like a lizard catching a fly, in my opinion. So if you want to look good on camera, please don't do that. Please don't. Keep the tongue behind the teeth when you say L. It's also a nice clear L, and I guess I'm going to be going to that. It's a lateral, it's voiced, L, like, love, lever, log, lily, lullaby, Keep it behind the teeth on the alveolar ridge for that L. You get a nice clear L. If you have the tongue come between the teeth and you say like love, I love that tuna salad.
I love that.
People will still perceive it as an L, but it's called an allophone. It's similar because if you put it on this one, machine and measure it and do all that, analyze it, you will see that it's different. It comes up different. Now there was, you probably don't remember, but Tom Brokaw was a newscaster years ago. And he had what is called a dark L. No, he had a good, he was a nice looking guy, had a good presentation. He was a newscaster, and he had a dark L. And he would talk like this with the tongue curled way back. I like it. I love it. It's called a dark L. Oh, so it's well all the way behind on the hard palate. And I don't recommend it. It's he made it work for him, but for the rest of us common folk, please keep it in. It really makes the difference, and you might not even know what you do until you like read a script in front of a mirror and see what you do. Does it come out between your teeth or not? I would highly recommend only the L should stay behind the teeth. The THs, think, thin, those, that. That's the only time the tongue just peeks out between your teeth. Okay? So, little advice, just a little thought. Okay. Is there some? Oh, goodness. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get some more participants here. Give me a second to admit a few. How to talk. Okay. And if anyone has any questions about this,
I actually did.
yeah, go ahead.
So like you said you did speech therapy and stuff as well, like in schools or not in schools, but in hospitals.
Hospitals. Yeah, I did the medical part. Yeah.
So in terms of like people who even have like speech impediments, like that can't like pronunciate their R's and stuff. So it's really just a matter of them not really being conscious of the placing or of their tongues
Well,
and stuff
unless
like
they
that.
have okay, the R, children don't usually get the R sound until 8 years old, approximately. So you will see, the wacky wabbit on the cartoons and, that wascally wabbit. It's not, yeah, it's a hard sound to get because it's all internal and you can't see, like put your tongue here and do this. There are several different ways to make an R. You can bunch your tongue, you can curl it back, and you can curl it back like starting from the tip of your tongue behind your teeth and go until you get it. But I've worked with kids who have a very hard time of getting it because it's all internal. You cannot see it. With the P and the B, for example, or the M, it's there. The L, you can show people how to do that. The S, the Z, it's a little tougher with the R. The R is one of those sounds. And then if we get into different languages and accents, which I've been doing with the Russian and all the others, then you have the trilled R, brr, which some people have a hard time doing. So
Amazing.
something to,
Good sentence.
pardon?
About people with a lisp.
Lisp is fixable. It's not a fatal contract. The easiest lisp to deal with is just the right in the front. I think this is silly to do, seriously. That is pretty easy to fix. The lateral lisp, where it's like this is really a tricky one. So there are two lisps approximately, and so that one is
If we needed to play a list or something, that would be something we would practice.
Oh yeah, contact me. Like I
Mhm.
said, ask me questions or do whatever, yes, and you probably would do best just to, I hate to say, but check online and see
hmm
if there's something medically that they can describe it to you, but we can
Mm.
talk about that. That's something to think
How
about.
do
Do you
we
have
how do we practice? Do we just like read books out loud or say things out
certainly,
loud
practice what? Let me just be very clear.
or
Practice what?
practice our articulation?
Pitch.
Okay, I'm going to first, at the end of this, toward the end here, I have some nice drills. They're just easy ones.
All
Just easy.
right.
Problema, right. So I'm just going to mention this S and Z because if you do an accent, this is an easy place to sort of to fix it, along with the THs. Very few, if I don't even know another language that has the TH. They all substitute the T and the D. Okay, that's something to think about. They can't say these, they'll say D's.
That's true.
D's,
That's very
Dems,
true.
yeah, D's. They'll
I work with a lot
substitute.
of
Go ahead.
I work with a lot of different languages, and I've noticed that.
Yes, it's very common. Doesn't hurt. They have to do something close. Yes,
Yes.
I've worked with ESL students and all of that. I've had a number of clients and taught at Oakland Community College, things like that. So, but the S and the Z, this is easily transposed. So the S is voiceless and the Z is voiced. It's the same thing. But for a lot of foreign language speakers, they will maybe pick one and then they'll say, instead of he is, which it's now remember, the spelling is is, but we pronounce it like a Z. But for some
Is.
speakers, they may see the S and say is. He is come. Is.
What's the right
So
way to
they'll
say it?
just, that's something to think about when you have to produce an accent and you're not exactly sure what to do. Your audition's next week. Quick, what do I do? This is something to think about. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, the M. Now here, I'm just going to go quickly here because we're going. Oh my goodness. M, N, and ing are nasal. They're the only sounds in English, American English, that are nasal. So M, it goes through the nose. N, it goes through the nose. Ing, that's anything ing, that little N with the curlicue at the bottom. That's ing. That goes through your nose. Okay?
Ing.
Right. And it will have an effect on any vowels nearby. All right. So this is something M, N, and ing. It's perfectly fine to go through your nose, but some of the other ones we want to start, fixing that. Now, as I said, here's the little schematic here for the consonant cognates and voicing. So
Sorry.
b, z, v, g, d. These are all, remember, these are representations of sounds, okay? Because it's sometimes hard. Like I said, the K can be k, like cake. And you've got a C and a K, and they're both Ks.
Cake.
Yeah. So
Cake.
if you, pardon?
Cake.
Cake. It's still a C, but it's pronounced like a K. So just to keep that in mind. Okay. I think I've got everybody here. Let's go. Next one. Okay. Here's some drills. You asked for it. Here we go. This is what you are going to practice. And hopefully you have either write them down or, screenshot it, whatever. You should have a handout, downloadable handout. And what you're going to do is over articulate. You're going to move your mouth more than what you need to do. So it's going to be my, nigh, lie, mo, no, low. And you're going to hold the vowel. You're going to hold the vowel a little bit longer. Ma, na,
Ma, na,
la. And so you want to make sure when you do the lie, low, la, that
la,
the tip of the tongue is right behind your teeth. You're going to
la,
make sure you're doing it
la,
the right way.
No.
By,
la,
sigh,
by,
my. And another little hint. Language.
low, no, mo,
No.
la,
Hold on.
na,
Who
Here
wants to try?
we go.
Who wants to try? Okay, Roy, hold on, everybody. Hold on just a sec. Roy Jones, did you want to
Yeah.
try it?
Look, okay.
Okay. Just do one little section of it. Try it.
By the second one or the first one?
Whatever you want.
Oh, okay. Lie, nigh, my, low, no, mo, la, na, ma.
Okay. Where's your tongue when you're doing any of the L's? Is it placed right behind the teeth?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want it to push. I want you to really be aware of where it's positioned, and push a little harder. And then I want you to hold the vowel a little bit longer. So it'd be. I'm just going to do the first one, and you can do this anyway. You can go my, mo, ma, lie, low, la. But open your mouth wider. Let the air out. Let the sound escape. Okay. My, not. Pretend you're doing Shakespeare. Mo, no, low. Really over articulate. Overdo it.
Lie, nigh, lie.
Okay. And when you're doing this, I want you to also. We're going to do two things at once. Watch your posture, because you want to be able to get enough breath support for this. And I will be going into, I don't think I have it in this session, but I'm going to do one just on breathing. The diaphragmatic breathing, you're going to have to learn that so that you can project, but you're going to overdo it. You're going to move the mouth, open the mouth, hold the sound. La, na, ma. See how wide I'm,
La,
Many
nah.
people do this in the car.
ma,
There you go. Yeah.
za,
Many people practice
ba,
this in the car.
ba,
And yeah, so you can be loud, you can say,
Five.
this is not fee, fi,
ma,
fo, fum.
na, la.
Somebody got it. So this is good. All right. That makes some sense. Now, what you can do for this, I don't care if you do it backwards, forwards, inside out, go my, mo, ma, li, lo, la. I don't care how you do it.
Milo, la, Milo,
Just
la.
whatever works for you, but you should be doing this every day, at least 2 or 3 times. And if you're really, really pushing it, you might feel a little fatigue in your face, in your jaw. You're going to overdo it. Okay, you're not going to go into the store and ask for a banana. We're not going to
I
do
would
that.
like a banana.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. You can if you want.
Where are the bananas?
Oh, Nana.
We don't have to do that, but this will get you started on thinking about how to pronounce the sounds so that you get the words out, that your script, you really can project, you can really start using the sounds of your language. Okay, so this is, like I said, a lot of my clients, they just do it in the car. They just, this way they can be loud and nobody makes fun of them or something. But I would also recommend, especially if you're doing the THs, check in the mirror. See what you do normally, because you may be doing the TH and the L, the lie, low, la. You might say, oh, I like that. And it comes out between your teeth and you didn't even know you were doing it. So I would invite you to sort of take a peek at that.
Lola.
Right. Okay. Somebody else want to try?
I'll try.
Okay.
I would just. You said we could do whichever one.
Whichever one you wanted.
Okay. Vi, thigh, zai, vo, ho, zo.
Okay, I want you to do it, but I want you to hold the vowel longer. And relax.
Vi, thigh, zo, or fi, thigh, zai,
That's better.
tho, zo.
Do you feel the difference? By
Thigh,
holding,
zai.
yeah. So you're
Yes,
holding the
ma'am.
vowel just a tad bit longer. That's good. That's good. That's better.
I
I don't want it like clipped, mine, I lie. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for, watch your posture, watch where your shoulders are, and then vo, tho, zo. Like I said, pretend you're doing Shakespeare, whatever it takes. Have fun with it.
Zo. Bo. Zo.
There you go.
Oh, no.
Me,
So we're taking
me,
nice deep
me.
breaths. You don't want to run out of breath.
La, nah,
Does everybody know diaphragmatic breathing? Is everybody familiar with it or no?
Yes.
Could you?
Yes.
Yes.
Familiar?
Can I try?
Sure.
Hey, which one? Lie. Nigh. My. That way?
Yeah, but I want you to hold the I a little longer. Lie.
Lie.
There you go.
Nigh. My.
There, better, much better. That's what I'm looking for.
Though. Vo.
Do.
Mo. And really, when you're doing the O's, really make those lips into an O sound. Mo. No.
No. Vo. Zo. Vo. Do.
Good. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah. Yes.
Rather than just going vo, tho, so, because that's just clipping it off. We don't need to do that. This is
May I try?
certainly.
My, nigh, lie,
Okay.
mo. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, watch that I, just my. Be careful you're not doing it into too much of a diphthong or making it a triphthong. Just my, because it is I. If you feel that vowel, it's actually a diphthong. I. Okay, but watch that you don't stretch it into to a triphthong. My, nigh, lie.
My, nigh, lie,
Okay, good. Better.
mo,
Mo.
low.
Mo. No. Low.
Okay. That's a different pitch. Is
Ma,
that a different ma?
na, la.
Okay. Ma. Hold that A a little bit longer. Ma, na, la.
Ma, na, la.
La.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to try? Good.
Yeah, can I try?
Certainly. Who's we gotta scroll down to see who's talking. Oh, whoopsies, whoopsies. I lost it. There we go. Okay.
My, nigh, lie, mo, no, low.
Okay, hold it. I want my. Hold that I longer.
My,
I, nigh,
nigh,
La.
better.
lie,
Nigh. Okay, now try the O's.
mo, no,
No.
low.
No.
Right, you're just holding the vowel longer than you normally do because we're overdoing it. Remember, this is over articulation.
Ma, na, la.
Okay, on the mas, maybe I'll give everybody a little hint here. Try not to cut it off like you're cutting a slice of salami or something. Ma, na, rather than ma, na, la.
Ma.
Ma.
Na.
Ma.
Hold it. Stretch it out a little bit.
Pa.
Ma.
There you go. There you go.
Ma.
Ma.
La.
Ma.
La.
La.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, just hold it out a little bit longer than you normally would because we are overdoing it. That's the whole plan. Overdoing it, and then we will go back and do something else. Now here, we're going to do some tongue twisters, but
Oh.
I'm also going to give you a little speech tip of the day. I've got a couple things. I think last time I talked about we don't say February, we say February. There's an R in there. February. Same thing as we don't say
Boy.
we don't say library.
Library.
Library. There we go. We don't say ambulance. I've heard this.
Ambulance.
It's
Ambulance.
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 Ambulance. Yeah,
Ambulance.
sounds like an avalanche.
Ambulance.
No, we don't want to be confusing with an avalanche. Ambulance.
Ambulance. Ambulance.
There you go. So those are a couple of words to just sort of put in your hip
Ambulance.
pocket, think about it. Make sense?
Fire truck.
Yes, ma'am.
Ambulance. Ambulance. Yeah, ambulance is a fire truck. Right. No, it's ambulance. No.
Ambulance.
But I've heard that.
Ambulance.
The ambulance. I've heard that enough lately that it's like, all right, guys. And believe me, I've heard it on professional newscasters. So yeah, you're not alone. So it's just like, no, it has to be ambulance. And if you want to elevate your speech.
Ambulance.
So the reality is that your audition starts when you go for an audition. It starts the minute you enter the room. And nobody is going to they're going to say we like her, we don't like her. You always want to be nice to the cameraman and to the voice guys and to the microphone guys because they can make or break you. They can, with the camera angle and the lighting, you probably know, they can make you 20 years older and look like a hag rather than
Or you could even look worse and look like me.
yeah. So you really want to be nice to those folks. You really do. Okay. And all right, here we go. Let me take a little sip here. Okay. These, excuse me, tongue twisters. These are something to help you get control of your speech so that you really start to realize your capabilities. So we're going to take some turns. Everybody has problems with the last one, but we're going to start with this one. Red leather, yellow leather. And I want the mouth to move and be really almost fatigued by the time you're doing a few of these. Slow. We don't have to go fast. This is slow.
Red leather, yellow leather.
When you're doing it,
Red leather, yellow leather.
right, but I want the L to be right behind the teeth, and you're really pushing like a red
leather.
Really enunciate very clearly.
Yellow leather.
Red leather,
Yellow leather.
Okay, how's that feel?
Yellow
Red
leather.
yellow leather.
Yellow.
Right, go slowly. We don't have to. This is
Red
not a speed.
leather,
It's not speed
yellow
demon.
leather.
Good. Red leather, yellow leather, and you should really over-articulate, move the mouth.
Red leather.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Now, a TH is
Red
tough for some
leather,
people. It is a tough sound.
Red leather. Yellow leather.
Okay, leather. Now the TH is tough. It's between the T.
Leather.
Make sure you're not saying Z. Red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Leather.
Red leather.
Leather, yellow
Leather.
Okay.
Red leather, yellow
that's better.
leather.
The one lady was having a little trouble with the TH sounding like a D.
Leather. Oh.
Red
It's
leather.
so good. It's all good.
Yellow.
Yellow leather.
That's a little better. It's a little better. You're going to have to practice. If you're having trouble with the THs, you're going to have to practice. That's good to know. So now you've got a heads up. Now let's try the next one. Minimal animal.
Minimal
Animal.
Minimal
Minimal animal.
Minimal
Minimal
Minimal animal.
Minimal
animal.
animal.
Minimal
I will tell you
animal.
also that foreign language
Minimal
speakers
animal.
have a hard time with this is also helpful for you for doing an accent. They don't have for a short I, they don't have that I sound. We have that I sound and
Minimal animal.
minimal, and they'll substitute
Minimal.
minima,
Animal.
minimal anima.
Minimal.
Minimal
With the
animal.
E sound instead
Minimal
of the short R.
animal.
So if you need an accent real
Minimal
quick,
Animal.
something to think
Minimal
about.
animal.
Minimal animal.
Minimal
Animal.
animal.
Make sure where the
Minimal
tongue, make
animal.
Animal.
for the L that the tongue is
Minimum
behind the T.
animal.
Minimal animal.
Minimal animal.
Animal.
Good.
Minimal animal.
Minimal.
Okay. Oh, who wants to try?
Animal.
Okay.
Blood.
Just let one person try it. Let me just hear one person.
I can
Try the
try it.
minimal animal. Okay.
Minimal animal. Minimal animal.
All right. Well, on the animal, I want you to open your mouth more. Your mouth is too closed.
Minimal animal.
Minimal animal.
Minimal animal.
That's a little better.
Animal.
Minimal
Animal. Open up.
Minimal animal.
Minimal
animal.
animal.
Right. We don't want to
animal.
see what happens is sometimes and especially in American English, we tend to, and I hate to say this sometimes mainly with the guys, but they tend to swallow the end of the word, swallow the end of the sentence. You don't want to do that. It's animal, not animal.
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 Minimal animal.
That's better.
Minimal.
Minimal animal.
Animal.
Okay. Animal, right. So open the mouth and make sure you get that MAL out. Animal. Minimal.
Minimal.
Over
Minimal
Animal.
Minimal
animal.
Right. Okay.
Minimal
animal.
Oh, animal, not animal. Animal.
Animal. Animal.
Watch the
Minimal
short I.
Animal.
Okay, I think I'm hearing you. Who was the gentleman that started first? Was it Jay? Did he have a J?
Yes, it was me.
Yeah, try it again.
Minimal animal. Minimal animal.
Okay. What's happening, and I'm just going to use you as an example because you're not alone here, okay? I'm not picking on you. But what I'm hearing is animal instead of animal.
Animal.
We don't want animal, in quick speech when you're speaking to your friends, okay, but when you're doing an over articulating exercise like this, animal, not animal, animal. I'm gonna go animal.
So
Animal.
it'd be
I want you to
minimal
open
animal
up.
animal, like so over
Almost
enunciated.
an animal, but open up the mouth just a little more, hold that vowel a teensy bit longer. Try that. Animal.
Animal.
That's a little better.
Minimal
Doesn't have to be much.
Animal.
Animal. Yeah.
Animal.
Minimal
animal.
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 That's better.
Minimal.
Minimal. And I just don't want you swallowing that last syllable.
Animal.
Animal.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. See, this is not easy, so don't be too hard on yourselves, okay? This is something new. All right, we're going to try this next one. Good blood, bad blood.
Good
blood, bad blood.
Bad blood.
Bad blood.
Good blood.
Good blood,
Good
bad
blood,
bad
bad
blood.
blood. Good
blood.
Good
Bad
bad blood.
Good
Now,
blood,
when you're
bad
doing
blood.
this, you're going from the back of the throat, g, to the front of the mouth, the back of the mouth to the front of the mouth. Good
blood, bad
You're going
blood.
back and forth.
Good blood,
Bad
bad blood.
Good blood, bad
Bad
blood.
Good.
Good
Okay.
blood, bad
Bad
blood.
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 Yeah.
Good
So we're
blood,
going to take that.
bad
Yeah.
blood.
How does that feel?
Feels
Good.
pretty good.
Feels good?
I like the 11 benevolent.
I know this one's the tricky one. I'm saving this for last. Okay, and we're going to have
Benevolent
11.
elephant.
Now, everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but many people get this one, they struggle. So don't be, like I said, don't be too hard on yourselves, but take it slowly. 11 benevolent elephants.
11 benevolent elephants.
Nope.
Benevolent
11
Okay, this
benevolent
one I'm going to ask
benevolent
one at a time.
elephants.
One at a time. One at a time.
I'll go.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
11 benevolent elephants.
Good. Okay. So, very good. That was Vanessa?
Yes.
Okay, good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, who else is going to try it?
11 benevolent
Jeff?
elephants.
Say it again.
11 benevolent elephants.
Good. Good.
Elephants.
Okay. Roy?
11
try it?
benevolent elephants.
Okay, I didn't hear the first one.
Oh, 11 benevolent elephants.
Good. Very good.
I'll
Okay,
go.
who else?
I'll go
Okay.
after him.
Okay, go ahead.
11 benevolent elephants.
Boy, we're doing pretty well today.
Yeah.
11 benevolent elephants.
Benevolent. Uh-oh. Gotcha.
11 benevolent.
Not
elephants.
benevolent.
What was it?
Benevolent.
Oh, benevolent. 11 benevolent elephants.
11 benevolent.
Benevolent. Yeah.
11 benevolent
Guy.
Not
elephants.
benevolent.
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 Benevolent. There we go.
Benevolent.
May I?
Benevolent elephants.
Benevolent.
11 benevolent elephants.
Okay.
Benevolent elephants.
11 benevolent elephants.
Benevolent. Who's that?
11 benevolent elephants.
Who's talking with the? Which one said this last one?
Vanilla?
Who said it? I
11
mean, I'm not picking on you. I'm just
11 benevolent elephants.
benevolent. Okay.
Benevolent.
Is that long?
Yes.
Okay.
Benevolent.
Look at the word. It's benevolent. Bene means good. Okay. Not benevolent. Benevolent. The L has to move over a little bit.
11 benevolent elephants.
Benevolent. Benevolent.
Benevolent.
Benevolent.
11 benevolent elephants.
Nope.
Yeah.
Benevolent.
Nope. There's
But
no
I'll try
L.
next.
Oh, benevolent.
Benevolent elephant.
Benevolent.
11
Where's the L?
benevolent.
Oh my.
11 benevolent
11 benevolent.
There we go.
Benevolent elephants.
Benevolent.
Where
11
Benevolent.
benevolent
Can I try it once?
Benevolent
Benevolent. Very good. You got
Benevolent
it.
elephants.
11 benevolent elephants.
11 benevolent elephants.
Okay. There we go. That was good.
It's like,
11.
can I ask a question?
Sure. Okay, Robert, hold on.
I would just like to, just for my mind, when you go benevolent, you
Yeah.
could, if you look at the word, I'm just kind of breaking the word into its own syllables.
Mhm.
The bena, like as in good, benev.
Benevolent.
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 Bene.
Oh.
Good. So you start with bene,
Well,
and
you
then it goes to
don't
the
go.
B.
You don't push. It's like when a letter has
Benevolent.
when there's a
Benevolent.
e behind a vowel. It usually makes the one previous like benevolent. Like is that not the way you would break it? Benevolent.
That's another way to break it. If that works, then that works.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks, Tony.
So if you want to think about it, it's ben and then benevolent,
Benevolent elephant.
benevolent,
benevolent.
Yeah. There you
It would
go.
be like my
The
first
dad
name
came
is
by.
Bob,
That's the dad.
so it's Bob Benevolent. Benevolent.
Yeah.
Benevolent. Then, however it works for you. That's a good
What are you doing
strategy.
tomorrow?
Okay, who else wants to try it?
11
Let me do mine.
Wait a minute,
The
we
voice
got
coach.
too many at once there, guys. Hold on.
I'll try it.
Okay,
11 benevolent elephants.
there you go. Do it again.
11 benevolent elephants.
Okay, good. This is one of the trickier, harder ones.
May I try as well?
Sure,
11 benevolent elephants.
you got it. Okay.
Can I
Can
try?
try?
Yeah, the trick is slow it down. We're not in a hurry here.
11 benevolent elephants.
Good.
11 benevolent.
No,
I messed that up.
it's okay.
11 benevolent. No.
Nope.
Benevolent.
Read the word.
Benevolent. 11 benevolent.
There you go.
elephant.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can I try?
Sure.
11 benevolent elephants.
Good. Very
Yeah.
good. Now, this is one of the trickier ones. This is definitely one of the trickier ones. So, good job. Good job, everyone. That's one, But these, if you practice these, go slowly. I know a lot of tongue twisters want you to go fast. Fast comes later.
Elephants.
Right now, we want to pronounce the words, we want to hold the vowels, we want to hit those sounds. So when you're doing good blood, bad blood, get that D sound hard, get the B, bull, where the tongue is behind the teeth for the L. I want you to really pay attention and then hold the vowel, like the gentleman with the minimal animal. What happens a lot of times is people get constricted and they get
Mother.
animal, and they just shut it. We go fast. We want to talk fast. So minimal animal. Just relax the throat. Not animal. Animal. Short I.
Minimal
Minimal animal. Just want to relax the airflow.
Yellow.
Okay. Okay, now what I'm going to give you here is a little bit of resources so that you can take some of this. These are some resources that might help you down the road. I'll recommend the Speak with Distinction by Edith Skinner. There's a free download because it's hard to find the book with the CD, and sometimes they charge really crazy. So I found a free download. It is an ebook, but it's on Internet Archives, and this is the link. And at least it's something, it's Edith Skinner was a linguist and a trainer at Juilliard for years. So she really worked with some of the top actors, and her work still goes on. So the International Phonetic Alphabet is another resource. And here's the one with you want the chart with sounds. That's kind of fun. What? Okay. So then there's going to be more online classes I'm going to do. And if you want, I have a free digital copy of Top 7 Strategies. This is my little ebook for dynamic voice for actors. So that you can just ask me for, I'll send it to you. And then do you have any questions? I also have a...
I love that little booklet you give out. It's great. Everybody should read it.
I know you mentioned about the don't get hearing aids before your parents. Yes. Please. Yes.
So does this...
It's a nice little booklet, and it's just some helpful, vocal hygiene hints for people, especially for actors that want to maintain. And then I'm doing I have a monthly newsletter. If you want it,
love that too.
If you're on here, I might send it to you just I only do once a month. I just started it. If you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. I'm not going to hate you. It's just if it works for you. But I do have my daughter-in-law, because my son works for the Sphere, which is Madison Square Garden, and he was just out filming in Hawaii and then filming in Italy, which is interesting because Northern Italy apparently speaks German of a sort, dialect of German, which is really interesting. And my daughter-in-law directs plays on Broadway, so I have her little ideas, like direct from her. So it's called Insider Tip. And so she gives me little blurbs every month to put in there. She's said she would, so I'll try to work with her and maybe somebody else. But it's kind of fun. So I've just started it, and if anybody's interested, you can say yes or no.
You betcha.
Yes.
Now you betcha. I try to, it's because some people were asking, like, is there more? And like this month was just very short for me, but I'll be back with the 3 classes next month. And also let me know what other accent. I've done the Russian. We did the Russian accent last time. And I think I've done, what have I done? Oh, the Brits. I think I'm going to divide the British accents into the received pronunciation and the Cockney. So that we'll more
Corinne,
time.
may I make a comment?
Pardon?
May I make a comment?
Sure.
This has been a very informative class, and I just love it. And I never thought of the way that you move your mouth and your tongue. I think I'm pretty good at pronouncing things, but I do have that nasally thing because I was your neighbor years ago, 45 years ago, and I still have that accent. But when I had
Where? Dwayne, from where?
Lapeer.
Oh, from Lapeer. Oh, yes, yes. You're going to, not quite the Yoopers, but no, I have to watch myself because I was working up north and I started, if people don't know geography from Michigan, we're close to Canada. So I was coming back with a Canadian O. So I'd still say dollar.
Part of Michigan is
I
above.
grew up an hour from Canada.
Yeah.
Canada was just over the street.
Across, I know it's real, and there's Michigan. It's actually north of Canada.
Yeah,
in some
Yeah,
parts.
I went over to Sarnia. But
Yeah.
anyways, and I had a Mexican wife, and I would try to get her to pronounce things properly, and she couldn't pronounce them. And I said, it's not a word. It's not English. Or, it's just a sound. It's a sound. Just sound like this. And it's amazing how different cultures, I think that our brain synapses form different. And so sometimes it's really hard to do something like a trill and R.
Yes, and one thing I will say, a couple of things here, I'll just babble on a little bit, but the we learn language very well as a child, as children, up until puberty. And then the brain says you've had enough time to learn the language. We have to start thinking about procreation. Puberty hits, and that's when everything goes south. So it would be great to
Shut your
start.
mouth and lay down.
Yeah, we have to start thinking about teaching language. That's why it's harder as an adult to pick up another language. It's neurological. It's based in biological, neurological. It is
Everyone
easier
should
to
speak two
learn a
languages.
language when you're 12, 10, 4. I knew somebody who was like 5, 6 years old, and he spoke 3 different languages poorly. He was mix them all up, but he would fix it out. In time, he'll be able to fix it out. But people get all upset at that. But that's very true. It just takes time. It's harder when you are an adult to hear the sound and to create that sound. It's very hard. And sometimes you have to use different strategies. I was working with a physician, and he wanted his patients to take iron pills, but they didn't understand him. Want to take iron pills. So I had to say, okay, it looks like iron. IRON. It looks like iron, right? But when I rewrote it as it's a separate word, EARN, iron. Say it that way. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he got it. That's like, okay. Because when he looked at the word, it was still iron in his brain, and it was tricky. But if we come up with some different, skew it a little bit, then, we get it. But it is harder as an adult. It's harder as an adult.
Corinne, it's amazing you watch TV, whether it's a news or somebody they're interviewing for the news or a famous politician, and they cannot pronounce words properly, and they don't have good English. It's unbelievable.
I know.
May I?
Yeah, sure.
I would just like to bring up something as we're talking about dialects, etc. to take notice of the way that Americans or Canadians or French, Hindi, Chinese, all of the different ways that they pronounce their own river, if I may say. Like we always say the Amazon River, but being that Spanish, I believe, is one of the major languages, they say Amazonas.
Mm-hmm.
And the same for the Yangtze that we would say, they say Yangtze.
Yep.
So it's basically the same.
Let them talk. Shit, tired of you guys all talking at one time. Let them talk.
Yeah,
Go,
okay.
Robert.
Yeah, okay, big.
Shit, trying to do this and cut off work. Calm down.
Go home. Go
Well,
home.
I'm just saying, you know,
Go,
you know,
Robert.
but
Sorry for
Nile
everybody
River,
interviewing you.
we say the Nile. They call it the Nile. The Rhine River, as we would say it, they call the Rin.
It's well, every language has their little foibles. Like I said, my and their way of speaking and their way of referring to geographical areas or even buildings, whatever. Everybody is a little bit different, and what's makes it a little interesting. Like I said, with my son traveling in northern Italy, and he's fluent in German, and he didn't understand this dialect of German. So you have the straight language, the way that people in their standard dialect will call it a certain way, but then or standard like standard American English or the received pronunciation in Britain. But then there's all kinds of other little permutations because language is very fluid, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. But I'm certainly glad. I hope everybody got something out of this. And
Oh, thank you so much for the class.
Thanks.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, listen. You have a good evening.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks for the class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very
Stay
informative.
warm. Stay warm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
everybody.
You stay warm.
I enjoy you
See
guys.
you
I really
again.
do. I get a kick out of this. This is great.
Been violent and eloquent.
You're an eloquent elephant.
Eloquent elephant.
Eloquent.
Listen, if
No,
you want to
we're
make up your own,
benevolent.
make up your own.
Elephants.
We can always talk about the what is it that I am the very model of a modern major general. Yes, I've got that one if you want it. So that's a
I'm gonna Google
busy
some
one.
words to
11 Belvedere elephants.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Listen, everybody, I got to scoop. But if you have any questions,
Thanks, Corinne. I love you
yeah,
guys.
you just have a great
All right,
evening.
guys.
Okay.
Everyone,
Thanks,
good
you
luck
as
with
well.
everything, guys.
Absolutely. You take care. Thank you so much. Bye now. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I got to figure out how to do this now. Okay, how do I do this? Close that. Okay. Here we go. How do I do this?
I was having the same
I
problem.
never know how to do this. I'm always goofing it up. How do I do this?
You're no worse than me, I'll tell you.
I know. I tell everybody, we all have our strengths.
Yeah, it
Different.
took me half an hour to get my sound in.
Oh my God.
We all have our strengths. Okay, take care.
All right. At
Bye
Naren,
now.
Bob.